right, Coach. We're calling you head coach here for the first time. Talk about just coming down to the RGV and returning to the Vipers.
It's an exciting day, that's for sure. You know, as a coach, you always want to be a head coach, and you always want to be have the opportunity to lead the team and make the important decisions as an assistant coach. You get to give the suggestions, they say, as the head coach. You get to make the decisions. So, you know, it's something in your career you always want to do, and I'm fortunate that I'm able to do it right now. So I can't be more thankful, and being in this organization with the Vipers and the Rockets, it's unbelievable. Being able to be in both places so far, and then now come back to the Valley. I mean, I can't be more happy than I am today.
You mentioned how this is something you wanted in your career 4 years ago when you were here. Did you think it would happen this quick? Did you think it would happen here? Did any of that ever cross your mind?
I never really did, and it was interesting. I was talking with Daryl on the plane today, and we were talking about 4 years ago. I drove out from Arizona to Texas as an intern in the basketball operations department on the scouting side, and not knowing what to expect, and just kind of worked my way up. And after 1 year there, I was fortunate enough they gave me an assistant coaching job down here, and had a great season down here. Learned from Coach Nurse, who was a great guy to learn from. The last 2 years I've been up in Houston, learned from Coach McHale and our other assistants on staff. Chris Finch, who was down here before, did a great job. So we talk about the D-League a lot. And so, yeah, I never really envisioned it happening this quick, but always something in your mind that you want to happen. So kind of more of a dream, and now that it's a reality, it's really kind of cool.
Player development is what you're all about. Well, how does that job change as being head coach of the Vipers? What do you bring to that job from what you've been doing?
Yeah, I think the player development section doesn't change that much. I'll still be involved with player development, but I'll have assistant coaches that kind of run with it, give them ideas, and I'll have to take a step back and look at the bigger picture, and look at the offense, look at the defense, and then assign people on my staff certain player development roles. But my background's been in player development. That's what I've been doing for the past 2 years. So I have a good grasp of the system we want to run, how we're going to play up here, which mirrors the Rockets. So I have a good base of what to teach my staff once we get here. And it's something that we're going to emphasize here. It is the NBA developmental league where we develop players, and that's the whole goal here. And when I was here 3 years ago, it was the best opportunity when players got call-ups in the NBA. And so that's what I'm here for. I'm here to get players better and move them on to their dreams, which is the NBA.
You've seen that firsthand. You've seen coaching them here. You've seen them as they come back up there. What do you want to do? What kind of things do you want to implement? What does Daryl want from you? Is there anything changing, anything really different, anything new, innovative that you'd like to bring to him?
Yeah, I think there's going to be new, innovative things as we go through and we start planning for the season. But I think, the most important thing is that our players play hard every night. They play the right way. And, I'm a big believer if you do everything the right way, then you're going to get rewarded at the end. It's not, a guy that we need to come here and score a bunch of points and do a bunch of things like that. You need to be a solid basketball player. You need to play hard every possession. And, that's when you're getting looks in the NBA. And I think, by being a coach in the NBA and also being down in the D-League, I have a good grasp of it, of seeing both ends of it, and, knowing what it takes and also what managements are looking for to call up a player. So I think it'll be good with me to have that communication and talk to the players and kind of let them know what they need to, showcase here in the NBA developmental league to, showcase themselves for their next job.
Matt, since you were here last 4 years ago, where have you changed as a coach, and where do you see the most growth in yourself as a coach?
I think my most growth, I say, was my year I was down here. Nick Nurse put me in charge of our offense. And, he had the blueprint for it, and I ran with it. So that was my biggest growth, and especially in a league like this where you have so many different players, you kind of have a revolving door roster, and being in charge of the offense that year, I kept reteaching and retooling and making tweaks to it. So, that's something that I think was my biggest growth. And then, along the line with the Rockets the last 2 years, Coach McHale is great at dealing with players, great with communicating with players, that I learned a lot from him in terms of that, of how to run a team, how to trust your assistant coaches, so you can, not have to micromanage everyone, but let them do their job, let them do what they're hired for. And so I think that's something I've learned with Coach McHale. He's been great on, letting his staff do what they do best, and, he can kind of take a step back and look at the lens of the whole scope of the team.
The D-League is a place where there's more flexibility as far as rules and schemes. Is there anything in particular, a rule or a scheme that you're really excited about or interested in looking at this season?
There's a bunch of different things I've thought about so far. Nothing that I'm 100% sold on yet, but something that, you know, would definitely be things that we test out and we try out at the D-League level and see how they can relate at the NBA level.
You've been part of this community before when you were here as a coach. You've come back, as they said, this summer for the Vipers camps. How do you see the Vipers as fitting into the community? How do you see that occurring? How do you see that going forward?
You know, when I was down here, it fit in the community great. I thought we had great support at our games, and you know, I think now we used to practice at the Summit and kind of had our practice spot here, but now being at a community center like this here in Edinburgh, you know, it just enhances the Viper name so much. You know, where there's going to be junior Vipers camps and development for kids here, that I just see it whole exploding throughout the whole valley here, where, you know, a lot of people know about the Vipers already, but I think it's just going to continue to grow, and the support's going to be there. I know it's a sports crazy town here. Everyone loves their sports right here. I know, you know, high school football is getting rolling right now. Everyone's excited for that. You know, basketball season's coming. The new soccer announcement's been big. So I just think, you know, the valley's growing like crazy since I've been here 3 years ago. So I'm excited to be a part of kind of like the next transition phase that's going through.
About the facility, how does it